Hello, class 7th. Today, in this session, we will learn chapter number 3 from your book, An Alien Hand. The name of the chapter is The Desert. Okay, what is the name of the chapter? The Desert. Fine. Your supplementary reader, you have a supplementary reader. This is from that chapter book, An Alien Hand. Okay, and chapter number 3, name of the chapter is The Desert. Fine, I'll explain you the chapter, and at the end of the chapter, after completing the chapter, we'll see with the word meanings. Fine, so let's move with the chapter first. Now, as the name of the chapter is The Desert, what comes in the mind? First of all, when we read the word or listen to the word desert, the first thing which comes in our mind is place without water or with scarcity of vegetation. Right? Desert is a place where there is where it is full of sand, the land full of sand, and problems of scarcity of animals and water. So desert means the land of sand where scarcity of animals and water. This is the first thing after listening to the desert which comes to our mind. Right? Those of us who live in the region covered with forest and surrounded by hills may find it difficult to imagine what a desert really is. Of course, if we are living in some areas, like if you are living in the coastal areas, or some of them you are living in the hilly areas, okay, you may not even imagine how the desert is, right? Or how the desert really looks like. If you have never seen a desert, you can't even imagine. The popular belief is that it is an endless stretch of sand where no rain falls, right? If we think about desert, the first thing which is there, it is an endless stretch of sand. If you stand at one end and look at the other end, you would only see sand, sand and sand in the desert, and where no rainfall. If the rainfall is there also, then it is very less rainfall, and therefore no vegetation grows. Because there is less rainfall or no rainfall in the desert, there is no vegetation. It is dry, hot, waterless and without any shelter. If you go to the desert area, far, you won't find any of the, we can say, shelter to live. Okay, any place to, if it is too much of hot with the sun rays and you think of a shade under a tree or a shade for a house or shed or anything, you won't even get that. Okay, but that is not entirely correct. If this thing comes in your mind after listening the word desert, you are absolutely wrong. It's not entirely correct. Okay, many people perceive desert as the land of sand and has the problem of scarcity and water. Okay, desert are important habitats for many species. Though desert is a land of sand for we people, but it is a habitat of many species. Desert is generally without vegetation and water. Okay, but it is not entirely correct. For those who have studied it, the desert can be a beautiful place too. It is the home of variety of people, animals and plants that have learned to live under very hot and dry conditions. In desert also animals, peoples live. Plants grow there. Okay? But what type of animals and people live there? Those who have learnt to live under very hot and dry conditions. Okay? Now in a desert you will find oasis. What is oasis? Oasis seems to be a green island in the desert. Plants and animals of desert can survive on less water because they have become habitual of living in such a hot and dry condition. Okay? However, many other plants and animals cannot survive in desert. Desert may be cold or may be too hot. In winters, the deserts are very cold, and in summers, the deserts are very hot. Deserts hold significant importance in the great plan of nature, because as per the plan of the nature, the desert is also important. They are not useless piece of land on earth as many people consider them. Many of the people in our country or in the world, you can say, many of the people think that desert is a useless piece of land, but it's not true at all. As per the great plan of nature, it is significantly important too. Desert appears beautiful with desert plants and flowers. Though desert is a dry place, but there too plants and flowers grow. Whenever it rains, the sight of the desert can be quite rewarding, which is similar to that of any tropical garden. When it rains, the desert becomes more beautiful as you have ever seen any such beautiful thing. Any beautiful garden which is full of flowers, when it rains, the desert becomes the most beautiful thing ever. Okay? So this was a short summary in which I have explained you what a desert is. Okay, now to the main chapter. You have to keep a book in your hand as I have done it. This is your book, The Alien Hand. Keep the book in hand. I'll read the chapter also. I'll explain you. Okay. Many people hold the opinion that a desert is nothing more than an endless stretch of land. As I told you before, that many people think that desert is an endless stretch of land. Furthermore, people have this impression of desert that is dry, thin, waterless, hot and without shelter. But this is a negative opinion about desert. So people hold a negative opinion about the desert. Okay? This is entirely not correct. As I told you, this thinking of people that the desert is a hot, dry, waterless and without shelter area, it is totally wrong. True, the ground is not always hidden by the cover of grass, plants and trees as it is in the other climates. But whenever it rains, which is rare, desert flowers bloom and sight can be rewarding as that of the tropical garden. As I told you, it does not rain too much in desert, but when it rains, the desert flowers bloom and the sight becomes so rewarding. So rewarding means so beautiful that it as that of any tropical garden. Okay? Desert is not a wasteland. In contrast to general opinion, deserts are beautiful places on earth. They are not a wasteland. It may have mountains and hills. It may have oases. As I told you, oasis is a piece of land on the desert which is green. Okay? An oasis is a green island in the middle of the desert where a spring or a well gives plants and trees a better chance to grow. A desert may be hot like the Thar and cold like Ladakh. But generally speaking, if a place has little or no water and vegetation, people usually call it a desert. Okay? When there is very less rain or no rain at all, such places people consider as desert. Okay? So, in contrast of general opinion, deserts are beautiful places on land. Furthermore, deserts are home of varieties of plants and animals. Though it is a hot and dry place, varieties of plants and animals could be found in the desert. This whole chapter which we are talking about, it's based on desert only. Okay? It is certainly a rare precious site where desert bloom exists as rainfall takes place. I am not telling you that it doesn't rain at all in the desert, but if sometime it rains, the flowers of the desert bloom and it becomes a very precious sight which can be seen very rarely. Okay. So, no difference exists between the desert and the tropical land. It's totally upon our thinking. How do we think? If we think positively, then desert and tropical land has no difference. Deserts are filled with hills and mountains, as I told you. Okay, but not necessarily a flat land. We have talked about oasis also. Oasis is the place, green island that one can find in the middle of the desert. Just think, desert, sand, sand, sand all over. And if you suddenly find a green land, green island in the sand, how beautiful it would look in the middle of the desert. Greenery in the middle of the desert. Right? Deserts may consist of green plants and trees. Such plants and trees certainly provide comfort and shelter. In the desert area also, plants and trees grow. But what type of plants and trees grow in the desert area? The plants and the trees which need very less water to grow. Animals who can survive with less water can live in this area, can live in the desert area, you can say. Okay? Now, do you know there are 4 main types of desert? Hot and dry desert, semi-arid desert, coastal desert and cold desert. Okay? Now there are, if we think let's say that the thinking of the people is negative about the desert is hot, desert is dry, no shelter in the desert, no vegetation, no rainfall. So many negative thinkings are there with the people, right? But there are benefits of desert too. Living the dry life, the lack of moisture in the air means that there's a lot less mold in the desert. High air quality, okay? Lower stress, such kind of things are there. Reduced time to heal. Reduced time to heal means dry air means that when you have a wound, there's less likelihood of infection and the growth of bacteria. Because the air is dry, so your wound also dries up very soon, and there is less likelihood of infection or growth of bacteria. Okay, now sunshine. Sunny days with happiness. Sunshine puts in a good mood. These all are, I am telling you about the benefits of the desert. If you have any negativity filled with the desert, like desert is a dry place, no vegetation, less vegetation, no rainfall, then there are benefits too. Seasonal affective disorder is a diagnosable medical condition that happens in the darker, colder seasons. People will become depressed, and the treatment is to sit in the front of the light that mimics and effects of the sunlight. You know that sun provides vitamin D simply by shining down on us. Vitamin D decreases the chance of SAD. So the people living in the desert or desert area, you can say, have less chances of getting this diagnosable medical condition that is called the disorder, seasonal affective disorder. Okay, and vitamin D also helps with better eyesight. Low stress. The lower population density alone has some real benefits. Okay, there's less traffic and it is less crowded. Desert life also tends to happen at a slower rate of pace. In the desert area, there is less pollution, less population, right? So you will have the lower stress. Okay, so these are the benefits of the desert. Okay, so here we were talking about, like, there is no difference between the desert and the tropical land. If you look at, as you search the benefits in the tropical area, there are more benefits in the desert area too. Okay, now in the desert, more what you can find? You can find sand dunes. Now what are sand dunes? Some deserts are almost totally without water. In such places, strong winds blow rising heap of sands and depositing them as mounds. Okay, and these mounds are called sand dunes. Sand dunes are mounds comprising of a heap of sand that tend to move and shift endlessly at the time of strong winds. There are still many deserts in the world where you can find no water at all. Okay, in such areas, the strong winds blow, and these strong winds, while blowing, they raise the heap of sand and deposit them as mounds, and these mounds are called sand dunes. Okay, few plants can survive on such dry shifting sands. Very few plants can survive on such dry shifting sands. Okay, the plants which need very less water can survive in this shifting mounds of desert. Very few plants are able to survive on the shifting mounds of the desert. You can see it on your screen. It is written there. All living things need water in order to survive, right? The few plants and animals that live in desert have developed the ability to require less water than most plants and animals. Now here you can say living things that are desert adapted. Desert adapted means those who are become habitual, or those who can survive with less water, okay, are able to deal with the scarcity of water. Only such living things can survive in this desert area. Okay, the camel, the ship of the desert, popularly known as the ship of the desert, can drink a lot of water at one time. Camel can do without water for days together. Now the camel, as we know, is the sheep of the desert. It can live in the desert without water for many days, right? But like camel, animals that live in desert are more. Which are they? Lizards, geckos, toads, jackrabbits, camels, we know, snakes, spiders, meerkats. Such type of animals live in this desert. Okay. Now what type of plants? The plants which grow in the desert are called xerophytes. Okay. Did you know that? There are some plants that have adopted the almost waterless condition. As I told you that the plants which grow in the desert are such plants that need very less water. Okay, their roots go deep into the ground to take water. If they don't get water for months also, there are no changes in things. The plants, such plants are called xerophytes. Xerophytes tend to have smell waxy leaves. Waxy leaves means their leaves are very thick, that help the plant to retain water. Such you can call as cacti can store water in its trunk. Okay, cacti is such type of a plant that is found in the desert. Okay, it can store water in its trunk. Okay, now if you ask me the quantity that ma'am, how many plants are there in the desert, or how many types of plants can grow in the desert? There are about 2,500 different native species of plants that can grow in the desert. Okay, that can grow in the desert. Fine. Now one more thing comes in mind. How camel, if we talk about the camel, we know that the camel is the sheep of the desert. It can survive, it can store a big amount of water in its hump and live for many days without water. But what about other animals? Other animals survive in desert by living underground or resting in burrows during the heat of the day. Some creatures get the moisture they need from their food. Okay, so they don't need to drink much water. If any other live along the edges of the desert, they are where there are plants and shelter. Means some animals, they survive by living underground in the burrows. Okay, some creatures get the moisture they need from their food. Whatever the food they eat, they survive on that. Okay, and many other who live in such a desert area, they live near the area where there is plant and shelter. So this is how the animals and the plants survive in the desert area. Now let's see about more about the camel. Now camel is a desert animal. We all know it can move in the desert for days, right? This animal can survive without water for days. It can drink a plenty of water at one time. Okay, why it can survive? Because the reason is they sweat very little. The sweat which you get in summer, the camels are very less sweaty. Okay, and can bear high body temperature. We sweat because we must keep our body temperature constant. Why do we sweat? We sweat because if our temperature, body temperature rises, it is dangerous for us. If our body temperature rises, it is dangerous for us. So, the sweat which we get in summer keeps our body temperature constant. Okay? We sweat when it gets hot, and this cools the body. Camels can stand high body temperature. They don't need to sweat or can therefore retain the water they drink for long periods of time. And that's why they can, because they don't get more sweat in the desert area, though at the high temperature, though the temperature is high, because of this they can retain the water they drink for long period of time. We sweat, so that's why we need in summer season we need more and more water to drink. Why? Because we get too much of sweat in summer season. But camels, they do not get sweat at all. Okay, so they can survive without water for many days. The smaller desert animals do not drink water. They burrow underground during the hot day and come out at night to eat. As we had talked about the animals and plants before this, I told you that there are many other animals like camel who live in the desert, but every animal has a different way of living in the desert. The small animals that survive in the desert, they live in the underground. They live in the underground. They burrow underground during the hot day, and in the cold night they come out to eat. Some of them eat other animals and get the water they need from the moisture in the meat. Some of the animals, what do? They eat other animals, and with that, the meat which they eat, from that they get the moisture, and their water need is fulfilled. Okay? So here we have seen that camel is a desert animal that can live without water for many days because it gets very less sweat. Okay? And this is because the body of the camels are different from our bodies. Okay? Unlike camels have to sweat to keep unlike camels, we have to sweat to keep our body cold and maintain the appropriate temperature, but this problem is not there with the camels. Now, as the camels can live in the desert, many other small desert animals are also there, but they hide in underground during daytime because it's too hot. They come out at the cool night, search their food, and again in the daytime they get into the burrow and live there. Okay? Now, other animals who don't live in the burrow, how do they fulfill the requirements of water? They fulfill the requirements of their water by the plants or either by eating other animals. Okay? Now, there are other animals also who do not eat other meat, means carnivorous animals. Animals that are not carnivorous. Then such animals eat plant and seeds and get the water they need from the plant juices. Means in the desert area there are carnivorous animals also and there are herbivorous animals also. Okay? So desert plant also adapt themselves as the life they lead. We have talked about the animals. Now it's turn up to know about the desert plants. As we know that there are many trees, or whenever it comes to know about the trees, we only know one thing, that is that the trees need water to grow. Right? So whenever it comes to the thinking of desert, we think that desert there is no water, so how can plants go there? Yes, plants can grow there, but how? Let's see. The plants that grow in the desert, the plants that grow in the desert adapt themselves in the life they lead. Now here we can talk about one plant that is known as cactus plant. Cactus plant are able to store water, and thanks to their thick stem, because of their thick stem, cactus can grow in desert. Their roots lie close to the surface of the ground and quickly absorb the moisture from the light rains which occasionally falls. Okay? Means cactus, how can cactus survive in the desert area? Or the cactus can survive in the desert area because their roots lie close to the surface of the ground. Okay, and as soon as they get some water, means occasionally if there is rainfall also, they immediately absorb that water, moisture, okay, and store it. The major feature of all the desert is, of course, dryness and variation of temperature. If it comes to the feature of the deserts, what are the feature of the desert? If somebody asks you, then there are two features of the desert, that is dryness and variation in temperature. The moisture in the air acts like a blanket and protects the earth's surface from the hot rays of the sun. The moisture is humid climate. The moisture of humid climate, you can say, is missing from the desert. In the desert, the air is dry. Okay, and due to the lack of this blanket, the humid moisture, you can say the humid climate, because of the lack of the humid climate in the desert land heats up rapidly and as well as cools off rapidly at night. Now, because of this humid climate, it is not there in the desert area, the land heats up very soon and cools off rapidly. Okay, desert are an important part of nature's great plan. Now, desert is certainly a great plan of nature to everyone. As such, its importance is the same as that of other gifts of nature like forests and oceans. Means they are there like the dense forest and deep oceans. As we value the deserts, as we value the forest and the oceans, we should also value this gift of nature also, that is the desert. One should not look upon them as useless part of the earth. Because there is less rain, because there is less vegetation, because it is dry, hot, you should not count it as a useless part of the earth. It is a gift of the nature to everyone, and it has the equal importance like forests and oceans. Okay, so most noteworthy, one must not detest deserts, but rather should consider them as the blessing of the nature. I hope you have now understood the importance of the desert. Listening to the desert, many negative things must have come to your mind. But I think after reading this lesson, your negativity must have gone. You must also have felt how beautiful the nature is. So what is the conclusion of this chapter? The conclusion of this chapter is that the desert story sends a powerful message about the value of desert and why they should be despised. Why they should be despised. So this is the end of our chapter 3, The Desert, from the book An Alien Hand. We will have a look on the word meanings very fast. Okay. Now word meanings. Okay. What is our first word? First word is perceive. P-E-R-C-E-I-V-E. Perceive. Okay. Now what does perceive means? Perceive means become aware of, conscious of something. Become aware or conscious of something. Next word, adapt. A-D-A-P-T. Adapt. What is adapt? Make something suitable for a new use or purpose. Make something suitable for a new use or purpose. Next, appropriate. A-P-P-R-O-P-R-I-A-T-E. Appropriate. Appropriate means suitable or proper in the circumstances. Suitable or proper in the circumstances. Okay. Next, detest. D-E-T-E-S-T. Detest. Detest means dislike intensely. Dislike intensely. Detest. Next, despised. D-E-S-P-I-S-E-D. Despised. Despised means feel contempt or a deep repugnance for. Despised, feel contempt or a deep repugnance for. Next is scarcity. The state of being scarce or in short supply. Scarcity of rain means very less rain. Okay, short supply of rain. Scarcity of water means very less water. So again, scarcity, S-C-A-R-C-I-T-Y, scarcity. The state of being scarce or in short supply, or you can say shortage. Next, tropical. Tropical means very hot and humid. T-R-O-P-I-C-A-L. Tropical. Very hot and humid. Okay. So these were the word meanings: perceive, adapt, appropriate, detest, despised, scarcity and tropical. These were the word meanings. You have to note down the word meanings in your notebook. Soon you will get the worksheet related with this. Complete that worksheet in the notebook. Don't copy the summary which I have given you, okay? But just pay attention on the lesson. Start studying. Soon you'll get. Soon there will be one more examination. That is you can say half yearly. So start preparing for that. Hope we will meet soon. Till then, take care of your health. Bye.